It was a rainy day, and as we all know, rainy days are amazing for doing arts and crafts. Today is the perfect day to start making the ultimate whimsical summer dress of my dreams. I have this beautiful pink gingham fabric, and for once I have a very clear vision of what I want the dress to look like. You will need about 3 meters or 3¼ yards of fabric. I'm going to explain the process as I go. This dress should be very easy to replicate if you want to make your own. First things first, you want to set aside some fabric for the ruffle or flounce that will go along the hem of the skirt. Since my fabric is a woven cotton, I'm fine to just rip it, and it will rip in a straight line along the grain of the fabric. And I'm going to be taking my ruffle pieces from either selvage, so that thanks to the selvage I will have to deal with a little less fraying. I'm going for a full circle skirt on my dress, and you're then going to cut out 2 half circles of your fabric, which will form the front and the back of your skirt. I will link a video tutorial for making circle skirts down below in case you need some extra help with this. I'm cutting out a smaller circle up here for the waist. And then I'm cutting the hem of the skirt. This is what it looks like right now. Here I am cutting out the second skirt panel using the first one as my guide. You're going to need 2 half circles, one for the front and one for the back, to create a full circle skirt. And very importantly, I also cut out some pockets. And you're going to need 4 pieces of fabric shaped in this pocket shape. I have a free pattern for the pocket, so check the link in the description. Don't forget to make the opening big enough to fit your hand through, and the pocket itself deep enough to carry whatever else you want to be carrying around.
It's super important to stay hydrated, especially if you're sewing all day. Unfortunately, tap water not only tastes bad, but you're also drinking dozens of harmful chemicals. I recently found out that my local tap water includes 46 detected contaminants, 20 of which are above recommended health guidelines, and honestly, I did not expect it to be this bad. Fortunately, Epic Water has your back. They have so many amazing filter options, from countertop pitchers to under-sink built-in filters, to help you remove harmful chemicals and improve overall water taste. Right now you can use my code AroundTheYear15 to get 15% off your first order, and whatever you do, stay hydrated.
Time to assemble the skirt. So first of all, we need to insert our pockets, and the way to insert the pocket into the skirt seam is to, before assembling the skirt, take your pocket pieces and sew them to the skirt right sides facing. And this is counterintuitive. You're going to sew the opening of the pocket to the skirt side right sides facing. You're then going to flatten that seam and push the seam allowance towards the pocket and understitch. This will prevent the pocket from later creeping out of the skirt seam and potentially showing when you wear the dress. Once you've attached the half pocket onto both the front and the back panel of your skirt, you can now match up the side seams of the skirt and then sew down the side seam, around the pocket, and continue down the side seam. Press everything nicely, and just like that, you have the perfect invisible skirt pocket. I gathered my 6 meters of ruffles in total by machine. And then carefully pulled on the threads to gather the fabric. This was a time-consuming process, especially because I needed to make sure the ruffle was exactly the right length to fit around my skirt, and I needed to be super careful because there's nothing more annoying than when a thread breaks in the middle of a long flounce. Attach your ruffles together to create one single super long strip. The ruffle needed to be hemmed. I'm just doing a simple rolled hem with top stitching, but you could certainly also hand stitch this if you prefer. I distributed the folds and gathers as evenly as possible and pinned the ruffles to my skirt, then sewed everything in place, again right sides facing as always. I have a feeling I'll be saying that a lot throughout this video, so bear with me while we attach this ruffle to the skirt, right sides facing. I cut out the bodice pieces from my lining fabric first, since I will be lining the bodice but not the skirt. They were then sewn together right sides facing, and I did a quick check to see if they fit before cutting out the actual dress fabric. I just love these curved bust princess seams. And here are my bodice pieces, the front of them anyhow, and I'm now going to pin and sew those right sides facing, doing my best to match up the gingham pattern along the seams. This was a challenge, guys. Please take your time, please make sure to use loads of pins and baste the seams in place if necessary, because one or two of the seams had to be opened, I think 3 times in total, before I managed to make the gingham line up. Something kept shifting when I sewed over them. So don't do this to yourself. Please make sure that everything is pinned in place nicely before you sew. My back piece is literally going to be a rectangle of fabric, wide enough to reach from armhole to armhole comfortably, and then I sewed 2 little darts in to bring the fabric down to my waist circumference on the back. I sewed 4 little tubes, 2 narrower ones for the straps and then 2 slightly wider ones for the bow in the back. I stitched the side seams together, lining and outer fabric separately. When we're attaching the front and the back piece of the bodice, I'm going to sandwich my little ribbon tie into the side seam like so. I'm only doing this on one side because on the other side we're going to have the zipper, and it's going to be the same process, but we're going to add the zipper into that side seam as well. Now we're going to sew the lining and the bodice together along the top edge, right sides facing. Then we're going to turn that and understitch, pressing the seam allowance towards the lining, similar to what we did with the pockets. I'm going to use a regular zipper, which I'm going to attach to the opening just ever so slightly inside the side seam so that the seam allowance will cover the zipper teeth. Then using my zipper foot, I'm going to sew along the sides of the zipper, securing it in place. Now, who wants to see the finished dress? I styled it with a white blouse to get that sort of cottagecore vibe, and I love this dress so much. Look at how twirly the skirt is. It is such a pretty dress, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this was useful to you. Let me know if there's any questions, and if you try to replicate it. I would love to see what you do, so tag me on Instagram if you do. As always, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Also, I got to wear this dress to my first ever 4th of July celebration, which just happened to be the 250th 4th of July, so that was super exciting as well. And I think the gingham pattern was just perfect for the occasion. So anyway, that's just a little side note. So yes, just wanted to add that little bit as well.